First this afternoon, state Republicans are calling out Democrats in Springfield for supporting bills they say are radical.
This is all coming as lawmakers get busy on legislative action in the state capitol, and political reporter Per Schutz has the latest on this back and forth. Per?
Yeah, Sylvia and Terrence, legalizing magic mushrooms, banning plastic bags and utensils, universal health care provided by the state. These are some of the things Illinois Republicans say Democrats are prioritizing right now over things like a balanced budget or ethics reform. They sought to highlight what they're calling, quote, bad bills and misplaced priorities. And today they mentioned proposals like legalizing prostitution and creating a sex worker bill of rights. That would make Illinois the first state in the country to do that. Making obesity a protected class, providing universal health care regardless of immigration status, banning any kind of voter ID, legalizing and taxing magic mushrooms, as we mentioned, and taking another run at a voter referendum that would call for a graduated income tax. That's where higher earners pay more. Now, Republicans, as you know, are in the superminority in the state capitol, but some of them say the majority is running amok.
None of these bad bills will reduce the cost of living for Illinois families. I think I've made my point. The Democrat supermajority needs to stop tripping on mushrooms, magic mushrooms, and yes, there is a bill for that. And they need to get down to focusing on what helps Illinois families.
Just to be clear, there's no evidence of illicit substance use by some of these folks. Now, the Republicans say the governor has not presented, in their eyes, a balanced budget that seeks to close a $3 billion gap and have not instituted any meaningful ethics reforms in the wake of former Speaker Mike Madigan's conviction. A good starting point, they say, would be fair maps, redrawing districts that are heavily gerrymandered. But Democrats like Chicago State Representative LaShawn Ford say it's Republicans who have their eyes off the ball in the wake of the Trump administration's potential massive cuts to education, health care, and other state priorities.
The Democrats have been hard at work making sure that we protect people that's on Medicaid that the Republicans are planning to cut. We've been hard at work fighting back the repeal of Pell Grants, the repeal of funding for our K through 12. So Democrats are hard at work making sure that we push back on Republican cuts.
Now, there's hundreds and hundreds of bills right now sitting in the General Assembly, Sylvia and Terrence, and most of them will never see the light of day. But as we know in Illinois, that's a top-down process. The Speaker of the House kind of decides what goes and what doesn't go. We're going to get a better idea of that in the next week or so, and then they all have to have a balanced budget by the end of May.
Wow.